Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson, is due back in court Monday for a series of key hearings involving evidence gathered from multiple scenes. Newly released body camera images show Mangione's arrest last year at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania, where police searched his clothes and his backpack for evidence. But Mangione's defense team says the stuff they found should not be used in court. For more on this, I want to bring in NBC News legal analyst Misty Marris, who's joining us now. Misty, this is a super high-profile case, right? So any sort of development in the court process is going to get some attention here. You've got this evidence that Mangione's team is trying to throw out here. Based on your assessment, do they have a good argument?
So this is going to be a Map hearing and a Huntley hearing, and these are going to address two critical constitutional issues. One, when the police searched his backpack at that McDonald's, that was a warrantless search. So the defense team is saying everything in that backpack gets thrown out. The second is that he was in custody, the defense team says, for 15 to 17 minutes before he was read his Miranda rights. So any statements that he made during that time frame cannot come into the courtroom. So the arguments are good, but there are, of course, exceptions to every rule. And I think it's likely that you're going to see that the prosecution will be able to establish that there was reasonable, it was reasonable for them to conduct that search for safety reasons, given all of the circumstances surrounding this case.
What's also interesting here, Misty, this is not like one of these procedural hearings that is over and done with in like an hour. It is possible that this could go over the course of the whole week, right?
Yes, this could go over the course of the whole week. The defense is calling two police officers from Pennsylvania, and prosecutors are going to call a multitude of witnesses. And it's really going to dig into the circumstances surrounding that arrest. I mean, this is a highly consequential hearing because what was in that backpack is pretty critical to the prosecutor's case. It was the 3D printed gun. It was the silencer. It's what's been called the manifesto. So this is going to be a very, very consequential hearing. And if the defense is successful at getting any of this stuff out, it really changes the course of the entire trial.
There's also, we covered this over my show, I think it was last week, this recent ruling that Luigi Mangione can wear regular clothes, like civilian clothes during his trial. And it seems like that's significant because of the case of, frankly, optics, based on some of the legal experts we talked to.
Absolutely, because the defendant will look guilty if they're sitting at the table in prison garb. So it's a very, very common request that defendants will make to be able to wear civilian clothes, so it does not give that perception before the jury. And of course, in this particular case, Hallie, this is so many eyes on this. Even these pre-trial hearings, the request is that he wears civilian clothes because they don't want that jury pool to be tainted before this case ever gets to trial.
Much to watch for sure. Misty Marris, thank you very much for being with us.